Welcome to Park Winners. It is so fun to share all the different things and layers of things we do to get ready for when guests arrive. And so this time of year, we are getting the pool ready for the overnight guests, and skimming the pool before they arrive is something I like to do because even though we clean it regularly, there's little critters and bugs that fly in overnight. So it's nice to present the pool very clean. And so today I'm gonna get this pool ready because we have this fun group of guests that are arriving. And it is a joy to serve people and to get this property spick and span for people's arrivals. As I'm cleaning this pool, I just remembered a story of years ago. There was a lady that was laying here, and I was cleaning the pool, and she thought I was the pool boy, and I just went along with it. I didn't say anything different. I just helped her get some drinks. I think I might have even put lotion on her back. It was a really fun experience because this lady was fun and sassy. She was visiting from Sacramento, celebrating a milestone birthday. And so we totally hit it off. And then later that evening, I ran into her downstairs when she came from her room and went to our farm dinner. She looked beautiful and we reconnected, and then we just had some laughs because then at that point she realized that I had been wearing many hats throughout the day and that I have a lot more to do with Park Winners than where she originally met me. So I have a lot of fun with it, and I hope I run into you in our pool. One of the things that I'm mindful of is the flowers that are needing to get deadheaded, because from one week to the next, the flowers all recede. And so while you may think that everything looks perfect here, it's because during the week, I deadhead them. Every time I deadhead roses, I always remember my friend Janet Loveland in Florida. She's a very special lady who was into roses. And part of my journey has been learning from other gardeners like you. And so she taught me how to deadhead roses, and she had a theory of cutting back 5 buds down so that they come back. And I've adopted her method along with some of my intuition of not really cutting them back too fast. But I always remember her with fond feelings because she taught me how to deadhead roses. And because they're in my consciousness, and because we care so much for the guests that are going to celebrate a special occasion here on the weekend, deadheading all the flowers on the property is part of what we do to get ready for you. So you see, just by removing some of the ones that are browning and then leaving the ones that are still blooming, then it looks cleaner. You actually can do it pretty fast. And sometimes when I don't really have time to do it, and I'm in a hurry and I don't have my clippers with me, which is really unusual because I actually feel naked without my clippers, or like something's missing. It's a thing. I think many of you may be able to relate to what I'm saying. But anyway, if I don't have the clippers on me and I'm in a hurry and I see something out of the corner of my eye, what I'll do is I'll come over to the roses and I'll just shake them off at least like this, so that you don't have all this like browning, tacky stuff standing out. But because we do take time to deadhead and make it a little nicer, I just cut below the rose, and the ones that are showing off still have a moment to be beautiful while cutting out the dead. So it's not that our gardens are perfect, it's just that we dedicate a lot of time to making them look nice and crisp for the guests. So you see, just a couple of minutes, just removing a little bit of the browning of your roses makes them pop nicer. And so when you have friends and family coming over, take a minute to do this, and then you'll feel better about it which is the most important thing. This variety of roses are iceberg roses, and you may think that they are common pedestrian and that you've seen them in every drive-through and parking lot. But the reason why I chose them is, first of all, iceberg roses, no doubt, are beautiful roses, but also I chose them because they're prolific and they keep blooming, and people want blooms and roses on their special day. And the iceberg rose continues to give you blooms. And the other thing too is that it is a great rose to grow in this zone 9B, which is why I've seen it in so many parking lots and drive-throughs, because it's a sure thing. It really works in this climate. And if you don't have the iceberg rose and you live in a zone where it grows and you want blooms continually, I recommend it. And all you got to do is keep it deadheaded, and it will continue to give back. My mind is always going, and I'm always thinking of different things. And one of the things that I realized is that we had some dark spots here, and the mosquitoes were having too much fun, and we had essentially created a haven for mosquitoes. And there was all this shade here, and we cut out this hedge right there. So just yesterday, we clipped this Leyland cypress hedge that went all the way up to the top of the door, and we cut it, and we're still shaping it, and we're gonna clean up these ugly pieces. And so I don't wanna just show you all the perfectness and how everything looks really great and clipped when you arrive. I'm showing you a behind the scenes of how we are exposing this door further. And speaking of this door, let me introduce you to this door. The name of the door is Theodore. So the hashtag is Theodore. And so this is the backstory on Theodore. So when we built this beautiful pool, it's a requirement that you have fencing and gates to protect the surroundings of your pool, to protect children from crawling over, etc. And those are the rules around that. And those of you who have built a pool, you understand what I'm talking about. It's a requirement. So in order to pass inspection and have that safe, we had a tragic gate. It was so bad. It was this squared off thing with a diagonal 2x4. I couldn't look at it. It was so bad, but it's what we had to have around the fence. And then in order for me to hide the tragic fencing that we had around the pool, I placed ivy and honeysuckle all around it. And so that erased the fence, because a fence that I would have wanted would have cost too much. And so the easy, fast solution was to just grow this beautiful honeysuckle hedge around it, and that took care of it. But anyway, back to how Theodore came to be is that I was floating in the pool one day, and I was looking at the tragic gate, and then looking over at beautiful Park Winters, and I just couldn't look at it any longer. So it popped into my head to build a 15-foot door that is a exaggerated version of the interior doors. So all of our doors inside were, they're this design, and it's just to scale bigger. But another thing that I love about this project is that when I designed it to be solid moldings like this. But the gentleman who built this door for me, he suggested that so that it doesn't become hard to close on a windy day, he suggested that we put these silhouettes of iron that mimic these moldings. And so it gives you the visual that that was molding, but it doesn't keep you from being able to close it, and it becomes like a major sail on a windy day. But like I always say, all of my projects are better because of other people's ideas, because I came up with the general concept of this exaggerated door, but this gentleman suggested these silhouettes. Isn't that great? So I just love it, and I'm glad I listened to him. As soon as he said it, I said yes, because I knew it was a great idea. Part of mitigating the mosquito issue is getting rid of their homes. I know more about mosquitoes and the behavior of flies than you want to know. I know their behaviors in the morning when they first start stretching their wings, drying their wings, where they rest, etc. I just know so much information about them that I'm also very good friends with mosquito scientists and YOLO vector control, because I want to beat these critters and I want to give our guests the best experience. And we have a really pleasant environment because we don't create havens that are safe for these bugs. And part of that is just getting rid of the densely shaded areas. So just a couple of weeks ago, what we did is, aside from lopping the door that I just showed you, is that we lopped off all this leyland cypress right here. And then from the pool, you can see Park Winters, but then this hedge was about 8 feet taller. And now we have a lot more afternoon sun, which is what you want in a pool area. And then there isn't this like haven for mosquitoes to be at waiting to get you when you come out of the pool. So anyway, it's working. I'm confident to say that when I'm in the pool, I've noticed way less mosquitoes. And part of the trick is getting rid of their homes. Wow, look at this. So one of the things I love to do is to partake of the fruit that we are growing here. And this is a beautiful time of year because a lot of our stone fruit are becoming ripe. And there's just a special flavor when you eat fruit that's already ripened on the tree. And the taste is sensational. They ripen on the tree. They're soft, and it's just a nice texture when they're kind of like firm, but also juicy. And I don't want you all to think that all I do is work around here, because I always partake of the fruit and all the wonderful things that are around here. And I want to enjoy Park Winters as much as all of you do. So as you can see, with just a little bit of work, the pool area is ready for guests. They're going to feel welcomed, and I'm going to feel really good about them having a nice time by the pool in a clean environment, surrounded by beauty, butterflies, and birds. I feel really good about the hedges, and I feel really good about the grass. I feel like we're ready. I think these people are going to be really happy with the environment. One of the things that I always encourage our guests to do is to walk barefooted on the grass. There's this phenomenon when you're walking barefooted on a beach sand or on the grass here in our park that is very grounding. And so we always encourage people to kick off their sandals and get in touch with nature and just connect with all the beauty around you. So I just realized that I actually have a good half hour, 45 minutes before these guests arrive, and I would be crazy not to partake in this delicious water that I've prepared for them. So as you can see, it's not all work and no play. We take time to cool off in the pool. We take time to smell the roses. And I love that we have this platform to share this with you. And so I hope that everyone has done something creative today and you're playing in your garden.